This is me. And this is an island filled with bases and unknown people. One day in Rust is about 1 hour in real life, and I'm going to try and survive the next 100 Rust days on this island, using only the resources this island gives me.
Okay, next 100 days is going to be spent on this island. Day 1, here we go.
Well, let's go over the rules for this challenge. We cannot set foot on the mainland. That's basically the only rule. But I also have to, in these 100 days, complete a few challenges. Build a big base, make some friends, raid, and take over the island. We also have this, the Mainland Pass. This can be used one time throughout the 100 days, and with this I am allowed to leave for the mainland and I can bring back 1 inventory of loot. And so I have to make sure that I use it correctly.
There's so many bases on this island. What the fuck? And also, just to make this even more of a challenge, I don't have any BPs on this server. So this is going to be interesting for sure. Okay, let's start. I'm gonna do my first run to Lighthouse. Lighthouse is part of the island, and so that will be my only monument. One thing I'm a bit scared of is that I didn't see any nodes on my run around of the island.
First, I needed to get up a base that would keep all the loot I collected safe. But for that, I would need some resources. So let's go over the first couple of methods I'm gonna use for this. First one is, of course, using the island's lighthouse. Second one is just farming the resources on the island, which was not a lot because I ran around the entire island and all I found was this 1 stone.
I can see stone over there too. No, there's so many stones just on the other side on the mainland. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is all the stone we have to work with for now. Is that actually all the nodes?
But luckily there were a few trees on the island, and so for now that would have to do. And for the third method, well, I managed to find something big for this challenge.
Wait, we have a boat. We have a boat. Okay.
Yes, a boat. While this might seem small, this meant I would be able to explore and farm the ocean. But before we get too far ahead, I would of course have to get up a base first.
I don't think you guys understand how big finding a boat on the island is.
Yes, I know, this is not the big base I promised you. That is what I could build with my limited resources. And don't worry, we will get to the big base later on. Anyways, using my new boat, I was able to spend some time farming the ocean. My third method of getting resources. And it was easily the best one so far. Not only because I was getting a lot of components and items that I could recycle into resources, but also something that I can't quite reveal yet because it would spoil the fourth method of getting resources. After a good farm run on the ocean, I headed back to the island and recycled. And that is where the first day on this island ends. And we say hello to day 2.
We're officially in day 2. There's so little resources on this island. That boat really came in clutch. And now we can actually get some resources using that.
And day 2 started with a new revelation.
That guy's online now.
Yes, one of the bases was now active, and he was in the process of upgrading his base, meaning he would have some resources on him. And I would love to befriend this guy. But I need resources more than I need a friend. And so I think it's time we craft up our first weapon.
Old wood. Oh, that is just perfect. Just what we needed.
I spent some more time in the ocean farming, and as I was recycling, I noticed the guy from earlier was back out working on his base. And this time he had a friend.
Maybe we can get some more stuff from them. I just need some stone. Oh. No! No way he runs through my bush. Oh, I so needed that stone, man. Oh my god.
Day 3 I continued fighting with these guys, but lost due to my lack of guns.
No way, bro. Fuck.
And unfortunately, throughout these fights, they figured out where I lived. And they tried to raid my little 1x1.
Wait, am I getting raided? Oh, yeah, I'm getting raided. What the fuck? Oh, why would they go through the metal door? They could have literally just gone through the wood and they would have been in. Why did they not come with guns? Why did they come with bows?
I quickly managed to defend, and after fighting with them some more, I managed to get a few guns from them.
Pistol?
And this is when I realized that they were actually very new to the game.
Oh, what a shot.
And so after taking a bit of a beating, they came over to talk.
Why you so good? I don't understand. I don't understand. What's up with this? How you so good with a bow? Why you gotta teabag me? I'm over here talking to you. Oh, you laughing about it. I hear you. I hear you got a mic. I
Oh, what?
Who are you?
I just started.
They seemed pretty nice, and we talked for a while.
How long you been over here, bro? What the fuck?
I just started.
Oh, you wanted that stone. You
Yeah,
wanted
that's
that fucking
all I
stone.
wanted.
And they seemed like really fun people.
Yeah, well, I'll stop. I'll not kill you guys if you don't kill me, okay?
And just like that, we decided to become friends. And so, I had completed one of my challenges. Definitely did not think I would make a friend by fighting, but here we are. And as a token of our friendship, they gave me some stone for my base, and I gave back some of the wood I had stolen from them.
Okay, we have a stone base. Well, let's just continue farming the ocean, I guess.
The rest of day 3 was spent farming the ocean. And to start day 4, I did some upgrades to the base. And here is where the fourth method of getting resources finally comes into play. Yes, a shop. On my ocean farm runs, I have collected a lot of crude oil and cloth, on top of all the other resources. And since I don't really have any need for this, I could simply sell it for stone and wood.
Need some wood for a level 1 workbench. Oh no, man. Bro, these guys are so new to the game. Someone's gotta, bro. They can get stone. Sorry, boys. I need some. No, not from the boys. Not from Soul Savage.
Yes, I know. And trust me, I felt really bad for taking this. But my friends had logged off, and if I didn't take it, someone else would.
Like, because with this, you can actually stone up our entire base. And we even have a lot of stone to spare.
I set up the shop, selling cloth and crude oil for wood and stone.
Okay, there we go. We have a shop. Hopefully that will start selling.
I then spent the rest of day 4 farming the island.
I feel like it's now the beginning part that's gonna be the hard part.
And as I was out here, I found out that a new group on the island had come online.
I guess online.
Anyway, they seemed a little more experienced than my friends. And so, best not to mess with them just yet.
Nah, man. Bro, they left everything. I need it, bro. Someone else is gonna take it. That guy that's online over there is gonna take it. You know what? We missed a few trees. But like this, we got this from their TC. But this isn't actually that bad.
With these new resources, I decided to make an investment. You see, this boat is one of the most important items we own. Because you see, since the fishing villages are actually part of the mainland, we can't actually buy one. And so this is the only one we have. And so I decided to use the resources I had gotten so far to build a little boat base.
It's a little scuffed, but it'll do. I have a safe place for a boat. That's the important part.
Day 6 I spent out in the ocean, and then day 7 someone raided my boat base.
Why?
They didn't get anything, but it was still kind of annoying. But I couldn't be mad for too long because we had also made our first sale from the shop.
Oh. Yes. Fuck yeah. I guess selling crude oil is working.
Anyways, I continued farming the ocean, and then as I was recycling, I noticed that the group next to Lighthouse had turned on their furnaces.
Oh, they turned on their furnaces.
meaning they would probably have some metal in them. And so, even though it was probably not the smartest thing, I decided it was time to start messing with these guys. And so I grabbed a gun and I headed over to jump in their compound.
As if he's not dead. Fuck.
I should have really left with what I got, but I got greedy and I lost. And well, it had been a long day, and so I decided to log off. You know, what could go wrong? Well, apparently you could lose everything, as I woke up raided.
You have to be kidding me, man. Really? That just sucks. Like, this sucks.
A big setback for sure, but nothing that will stop us. We still had a lot of challenges to go through, and a lot of days to complete them in. The guy that raided me was named Sepp. And well, if you've been keeping an eye on the names I've been fighting, you would know that's the guy living next to Lighthouse that I tried to steal from earlier. Yeah, apparently this was enough for them to raid me. I headed over to check out their base.
Wait. Did these guys get raided as well?
Yes, in some beautiful Rust Karma. After they had raided me, they ended up getting raided themselves. And so I guess getting revenge on these guys was off the table.
Ooh. Fuck yeah.
Okay, time to get back on track. My friends were online, so with the help from them I was able to take back my base.
They emptied you out, bro.
Yeah. Well, we have the base back at least.
And so day 8, 9, 10 and 11 were spent rebuilding. I did an eco raid with my friends, I continued farming the ocean and refilling my vending machine, and I had basically gotten even further than before I got raided. But then I took a break to go and eat, and...
There's no way I got raided again. I took a break for like 5 minutes. The fuck?
Yup, I got raided yet again.
Come on, man.
But as you know, we don't give up. And can we just laugh at the fact that they used 4 rockets to get into a 2x2 with 2 doors? Yes, I might have gotten raided, but we can at least laugh at the fact that these guys are stupid. But okay, let's rebuild yet again.
Hello, I got raided again.
You got raided again by who?
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Dude, why are you trying to sell stuff in that little ass fucking thing, bro?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not wrong. This shop is most definitely the reason I've been getting raided so much. But the thing is, I want to build a bigger base, and in order to build a bigger base, I need more stone, and in order to get more stone, I need this shop.
I mean, I'm probably gonna get raided again because of this fucking shop, man.
But luckily, it was about to pay off, as I made my first sell after getting raided.
We sold some stuff, we sold some crude. Fuck yeah.
This wouldn't be enough to fully build a main base, but it would get me somewhere. And since I was probably gonna get raided again, I needed to use all this stone now, before that happened.
Okay, let's try and get up a main base. It's going to be scout. Our first loot room is 1 door. But I'm thinking, no one's gonna go through that, right? It's just a random door to nothing.
Well, yeah. This half base would have to do for now. After this, I did a run around of the island just farming everything. Then it was back out into the ocean, but it was slow going. And if I didn't want to get raided again, I needed to pick up the pace. And well, here is where our 5th method of getting resources comes into play. The oil rig. This will lead to more later on, but I don't have the weaponry to contest oil rig right now. But what I can do is, after someone has taken it, I can just go over and pick up any leftovers. And this proved to be very profitable.
Ooh. Stone wall. Yes, that's stone. Fuck yeah.
With this, I started going through the tech tree, and in order to save my progression, I also started hiding loot across my 3 bases. Then some new people started showing up that I hadn't seen before, and so I decided to welcome them to my island. I think he saw my DB, but he thought I couldn't kill him from over there. But little did he know I had slugs in there. This did not make them too happy, and they started door camping me. And I thought this had to be the guys living up on the mountain that I hadn't seen before. But it turned out that they lived on the mainland in a little 2x2 right off the coast of my island. And for the next few days, nothing really happened. I did some farming, I tech treed down to garage door, and I still didn't have a red card, and so I continued running oil rig for scraps.
Not bad.
Well, this is new. Oh, yes! Oh, that's actually so good. And I really started feeling like I was making some serious progress. But of course, day 19, I went AFK for not more than 1 hour. And it was during this time my boat base and my starter base got raided by these guys.
Oh, are you kidding me?
They were the ones living in that 2x2 right off the coast of my island. Okay, now I'm upset. I've yet to survive a single real-life day on this island without getting raided, and this just had to stop. And so I took a break for 2 hours, and when I came back, it was time to come up with a plan.
Well, I am on the mainland.
And I think the plan I came up with was rather genius. You see, I still have the Mainland Pass, which, if you have forgotten, is a ticket that I can use to go to the mainland and bring back to my island 1 inventory of loot. But the thing is, I wasn't just gonna use this to farm. I was gonna use this to get my revenge. Let me fill you in on the plan. First of all, like usual, I have my friend OwnRocker playing on the same server recording his very own video. And so I reached out to him to ask him for help, which he was more than happy to give. Own had a tier 3 workbench, and he also had rocket launcher and rocket BP. All he needed was some sulfur. And so I farmed up some sulfur, cooked it up, and headed over to raid. They had done some upgrades in the time it took me to farm the sulfur. But don't worry, I had already planned for this, and that's why I farmed enough sulfur for 32 rockets.
You got me feeling like a firebolt high in the sky. Looking like a thunderstorm, boy. Here we go, go. So easy to remember.
Oh, what?
Oh.
I'm dead. How did I die?
Own.
How did I fucking... I don't even know how I died, bro. I'm moving out, moving out. Come in, he's in there, he's in there. Is he dead?
Yes. Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Seal.
Yeah.
I mean,
If we lost that when you died, I would be mad.
Oh, window. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
What the fuck? Oh, box
wood.
of wood. That's good for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my, bro. Oh, stone.
Oh, stone for you.
Oh yes,
Oh.
bro.
I first helped Own transfer all the loot he wanted back to his base.
Yeah.
See you.
And then I grabbed my own inventory of loot and headed back to the island. It had been a good trip to the mainland, but it was now over. To be honest, I was just happy that I was able to get some sort of revenge on these guys. After getting raided so many times, I really just needed this. Also, Owen felt a little bad that all I got from this was 1 inventory, and so he gave me a few guns for my troubles. With all this stone, I was almost able to finish the entire main base. And we were now 24 days into this. And we had made some friends, we had done a raid with the help of the Mainland Pass, and we had almost finished our base. Meaning we would soon only have 1 challenge left to complete. But this last one is the hardest out of all of them. It's not even close. Like, trust me, while these other ones were pretty easy to complete, this last one would be close to impossible to complete in the days remaining, because we have to completely take over the island and wall it off. Now, taking over the island proved to be super easy, since most bases had either gotten raided or were my friends. And on day 25, the last base on the island other than my friends decayed.
So soon every single one except my friends is gonna be gone on the island. I mean, I'll take it, honestly. Like, I am tired of people.
And so the island was now completely ours, and all that was left to do was build a wall around it. But we had just been raided, and so it was time to regain all our lost resources.
Question is, do I still have my boat? Yes!
I spent the rest of day 25 all the way to day 28 just farming the ocean and the island. Then day 29 my friends came back online.
I got raided again, so...
I told you that fucking shop, bro. I told you.
No, I'm bigger. I'm building a bigger base
I
now.
told you, didn't I tell you?
Yeah.
And I also recycled everything from my farm runs. Day 30 I managed to get my shop up and running, and hopefully with this bigger base it wouldn't get raided again. I still had some work to do on the base, and so I really needed those resources. Day 31 I continued farming the ocean. And I also tried countering oil rig but died. And so the leftovers of oil rig would have to do again. And with all the scrap I was getting, I could also go through most of the tier 2 tech tree. Day 32 I drove one of my friends to bandit camp in exchange for some stone. But I'm gonna be honest, it was slow going. My shop really wasn't making any sales, and so I wanted to add some more items to be sold. One of these being weapons. But in order to get weapons, I needed to start taking oil rigs. And so at the end of day 32 I headed over to do just that. But I didn't have any cards for this, and so I would have to use another method, where first you run through the oil rig without killing any of the scientists. Then you make your way to this vent. And now here you just wait for someone to come and take it for you.
Oh shit, here we go. Is it multiple groups fighting? Time to do my play. Are they dying? I feel like they died. They did die. Might be more though. Multiple... Bro, what are these guys doing, man?
I wasn't 100% sure if people were still here, and so I grabbed an inventory with loot and I headed home. I depoted and then straight back for more.
What the hell? Oil rig is on fire! God damn! Holy! Look at the guns! Oh my god! This is too much, man!
Mission was most definitely a success. Guns had been acquired.
3 full inventories of shit.
And of course I also headed back to get my trusty boat.
I feel like we should name this boat. We've had this for so long. Since the beginning till now we've had this boat. I'm going to name you Betty the Boat.
Then I put all the guns I got from this in a new shop, and it didn't take long for that to start bringing in stone.
Hey! Okay, I mean, 500 stuff. I thought we actually sold some shit. We sold the fucking hollow. I mean, every small little thing helps. So, I'm not gonna be mad about it.
And for the next few days, nothing really happened. I did another oil rig run, my weapons sold super quickly, and I even opened a new shop selling components for stone. And this was even more profitable than the others.
Oh my god, we're selling so much!
And with all these resources, I continued building on the main base. I did some farming around the island too, but really the shops were the ones doing the heavy lifting.
More stone! Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
And before I knew it, the base was done. And I even set up some electricity and a turret.
Okay, we can't go much higher than this when it comes to upkeep. I might have built a little bit too big of a base. Like, kinda thinking about it, I kinda Kinda fucked up there.
Then all that was left to do was to put down a compound around the base. And so I farmed up some wood.
Now for placing down the compound. Okay, so we now have managed to get down a compound. We're actually starting to get somewhere.
And our base was now completely finished. We're now 42 days into this, and we only had one challenge left to complete. Walling off the island. But for the next few days, nothing really that interesting happened. But then, day 49, I caught some people trespassing on the island. And I quickly understood that these people weren't just here to have a look around. No, they were here to raid. And it looked like they had their eyes set on my friend's new base. And so I shot him a message in chat to give him a heads up. But got no response. He was probably just AFK. I tried buying some time so that he could get back. But it didn't look like he was gonna be here for this. And I tried my best to try and save my friends. But the raiders being 6 to 7 deep, wasn't much I could do.
Well, looks like my friends are gone.
And apparently me trying to stop them pissed them off. And not long after this, they came to take me out as well.
Well, that doesn't look good. Yep. I am about to be raided.
And with this base I had built, it would be a much harder fight than my usual defenses.
Oh, fucking hell. Fucking hell, bro. Fuck! Fuck, man! Fuck did I
managed to kill them over and over again, but it was like playing zombies and they just kept coming at me. But I wasn't about to give up and I kept trying. But it was impossible to fight them now that they had control of the base.
Oh, they're so bad. I can't believe I'm losing to this, but I can't defend. After that MLRS strike, my base was wide open. I think I was at like one person so many times too.
And so I just waited for the raid to be over, and all of the raiders left, but one guy stayed behind to try and get further into the base.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
And with that guy dealt with, it was time to take back the base. But they had done a pretty good job at griefing me. Luckily, this guy left me with some jackhammers, and so I went to work.
Where the fuck did I put the TC?
After opening up the base again, I noticed that some of the raiders were still moving loot from my friend's
Oh, this
base.
dude is still here.
And so I thought I'd try to take some of that loot from them.
Oh my god. Oh hell yeah. Oh my god, I almost threw that. So much loot. Pretty damn good.
I mean, yeah, I had just been raided, but this loot was pretty nice, and it would for sure help a lot in the future.
Now time to take back the space.
And so, first I needed to find the TC.
Oh, there it fucking is.
And then it was just for me to fix up the base. I put all the guns I'd gotten earlier in a shop, and then my friends came back online. Now, they had also been griefed, but just like me, they wanted to take back their base, and so I thought I'd help them. But midway through this, the raiders came back. And they did everything they could to try and stop my friends from taking back their base. Now, I tried my best to help my friends. I even gave them some explosives for this. But their base was just so griefed and there wasn't much we could do. And so my friends decided to throw in the towel and they left the server. So I finished fixing up my base.
Hey, we are almost back. We just need to fix up the looting floor again.
And with the guns I stole from the raiders, I was able to regain some stone by selling them.
We're getting back a bit of stone, slowly but surely.
But I was now completely alone on this island. What started out on day 1 with an island filled with bases and people. Now, day 57, it was just me. And I just want to take this time to say a proper goodbye to Soul Savage and Ignacio. I had so much fun with them this wipe, and I'm very sad to see them leave this way. But this is Rust, and sometimes this is just how it goes. Anyways, the next few days was rebuilding time. I gathered all the stuff like boxes and furnaces from my friend's base and I recycled them for resources. Then it was back out to the ocean where I farmed some barrels and I took cargo ship. And with the scrap from this, I tech treed all the way down to explosive ammo. And I used that to get rid of this door that the raiders had left. Then I also crafted up some machetes and I got rid of the wall griefing as well. And on day 61 our base was now completely fixed. Then day 63 a base popped up on the island and well we couldn't have that and so I raided it. And the raid was pretty damn
Holy
good.
Shit. Oh, we take this. Why was their base wood, man?
Then day 67 as I was out farming, some people landed on the island.
Well, time to grab the AK. Oh my god. Bro, why are these guys so loaded?
I have no idea what these guys were doing or why they had so much loot on them. But I'm not gonna question a gift when it's given to me. Then day 70 I was getting something to eat. So some people thought it would be a good idea to try and raid me.
What the fuck?
But them only being a duo, it
Well,
wasn't
that
much of
was
a
easy.
fight. I didn't have time for stuff like this. Remember, I still have to wall off the island. And while I had managed to get quite a lot of wood just by selling stuff in my shops, I was still far off having enough to wall off the island. The shop was just too slow, and if I only used that, I wouldn't be able to do this. But something you probably haven't realized with this island is that it actually has quite the big forest on it. I for sure had no idea about this. And the reason you and I haven't been able to see it is that it's just never been allowed to grow because of the people on the island. But now that everyone was gone, that wasn't the case anymore. And so I was going to use this forest to fund my wall. But in order to get the most wood out of this forest, I needed wood teas. And so I spent day 74 building a farm base. But I suck at farming. And so I spent the next 5 days just planting and getting enough berries for a few pure wood teas. Then I just went absolutely crazy farming every single tree on this island. And I crafted all this wood into walls. Now for a wall not to decay, you have to place TCs next to the walls as well. But I did not have enough stone for these closed off TCs. And so instead I downgraded and I built these open TCs. Which was still a lot of stone, but it might just work with this. And I made it pretty far around the island. But now I had to wait for this forest to respawn, which would take several days. And on day 84, as I was just waiting in my base, it got MLRS'd. I did not have time for this. I quickly dealt with the raiders, and they weren't here to play around. They of course came back, not being too happy with losing all these rockets.
We just wanted to come back and give you a second chance. We wanted the radio again, bruh.
And to be honest, I wasn't going to use these rockets. And so I gave them a proposition. If they gave me an inventory of stone, I would give back all their explosives. You see, I still really needed stone for the TCs. And they were happy with this trade.
Good luck, bro.
Anyways, I fixed up the base again with some of the stone. Then day 89, I farmed the forest again. I also had gotten some wood from the shops, and so I crafted up the walls and I continued placing them down.
Almost there. Almost.
I was so close to being done. And so I did some more waiting and nothing really happened, and when the trees respawned, I farmed them again.
Okay. Last bit of wood. I mean, we only need like 2 walls. But let's farm all the trees again. Yes! It's done!
Day 95, and we had managed to completely wall off the island, completing our last challenge in the 100 days. But we still had 5 more days to go. And trust me, I was gonna tough it out for these last few hours. And as my last project of the wipe, I wanted to build a tribute to the MVP of this wipe, Betty the Boat. I ran into her on my first day on this server, and without her this would not have been possible. And so I figured an altar where she could rest for the rest of the wipe would be the right thing to do.
Hell yeah. Oh.
Then the last 5 days passed, and we had finally reached day 100.
Well, it was a lot of fun, but it's finally over. And I mean, if you made it all the way here, you might as well subscribe and go and follow me over on Twitter.